The galactic concord had witnessed countless species rise to technological might, only to fall back under the weight of their own arrogance. So, when Earth petitioned for entry into the Concord, the dominant powers laughed, particularly the warlike Zarn collective. To the Zarn, humans were backward, barely post-industrial creatures. Their ships were slow, their weapons crude, and their fleets laughably small. The Concord Council allowed them observer status more out of curiosity than respect. Then, humanity unveiled the Railgun. Commander Zarek of the Zarn Warfleet stood before the holo display, his armored claws clicking in annoyance. These humans bring ballistic toys to a war of plasma and gravity beams. He hissed to his officers. Let them test their Railgun. Let them learn humility. He ordered a small skirmish fleet to intercept the human vessel HSS Leviathan, which had entered the disputed outer belt of the Idrani system. It was an excuse, a show of force. What they found was not a toy. Captain Sarah Ortega stood on the bridge of the Leviathan, eyes calm as the Zarn fleet appeared on her sensors. 7 ships, Class 3 plasma turrets. Faster than us, but not smarter. She turned to her weapons officer. Spin it up. In the belly of the Leviathan, a magnetic hum filled the air. Massive superconducting coils vibrated to life. A 24-meter tungsten slug slid into place, weightless but deadly. The targeting AI locked on. And then silence, followed by a thunderclap of air being displaced as the slug launched at Mach 25, invisible to the naked eye. It struck the lead Zarn destroyer mid-hull. It didn't explode. It erased. No shields. No time to react. No delay. One moment there was a ship, the next a cloud of expanding plasma and wreckage. The remaining 6 ships hesitated. And then another slug fired. And another. The entire battle lasted 42 seconds. The Zarn fleet, so sure of its superiority, was vaporized without the Leviathan taking a single hit. Debris drifted silently, lit by the dying embers of artificial suns and scattered hull fragments. The Leviathan sent one transmission to the Concord. Engagement concluded, requesting cleanup protocols. Panic rippled through the Concord Council chambers. The Railgun, long considered a theoretical relic of early kinetic warfare, had been perfected by humans, beyond what any species thought possible. No plasma shielding could react fast enough. No armor could survive the kinetic force. Ambassador Krell of the Mraxi species whispered, "They turned physics into a weapon." Humans had ignored exotic energy weapons. Instead, they'd looked at Newton's laws and made them lethal. Within days, Concord fleets scrambled to adapt. Suddenly, armor mattered again. Defensive positioning mattered again. And worst of all, distance no longer guaranteed safety. Human railguns could fire with pinpoint accuracy across hundreds of kilometers. Military academies rewrote doctrines. Research labs raced to invent countermeasures. And the Zarn? Their pride shattered, they sued for a ceasefire with the human delegation. Not out of mercy but necessity. At the next council session, Captain Ortega stood beside Earth's ambassador. Her uniform bore no medals, only a patch with a slug striking through a star. A Zarn delegate approached cautiously. "You could have destroyed more," he muttered. Ortega smiled faintly. "Didn't need to, just had to prove a point." The delegate looked at her, confused. "What point?" "That humans don't fire warning shots," she said. "We fire solutions." And from that moment on, whenever any species spoke of power, of war, or of the art of destruction, they spoke not of plasma, nor antimatter, nor gravitonic shear beams. They spoke of the human railgun, and they never laughed again.